Hello, beautiful people. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. First of all, I just want to apologize for all this while that I have been absent, not posting anything. But I just wanted to refocus because I'm not taking this lightly. I'm pouring my heart out there. I'm putting myself on the spot, and I know that I have people that take me as an example, so I'm accountable to every word that I say. That's why in everything that I do, I want to give my 100%, and I wanted to make sure that with this posting on YouTube and Facebook that I'm in 100%. So that's why I took some time off to refocus. But I think starting from next year, I will be 100% back, posting every 2 weeks or every month. That being said, today's video will be about surrender. Yes, you heard me. Surrender. It will be actually titled Why I Did Not Want to Surrender to God. Surrender. Right. It's a big topic. It's a big subject, but I'm going to share my side of the story, my experience, and hopefully it will help someone out there, which is the goal of the YouTube channel. Right? So surrender. So I'll take you back 2 years ago when I got born again. I received Jesus as my Lord and Savior. On that note, I would like to say something about being born again. Being born again is not giving your life to Christ. It is receiving the life of Christ. There is a really big difference in there. Most of the altar calls that people do, that pastors do, men of God, women of God do, is, do you want to give your life to Jesus? But actually, you are a human with a human life, with with flaws, and you are here giving your life to God. He's infinite, He's divine, His life is in another dimension. What will He do with your life if you give it to Him? And even when you read through the Bible, Jesus said that there is no greater sacrifice or greater gift or greater act of love than a man laying down his life for his friends. And He was talking about Himself. And He also said in John 10:10, I believe, that He came that we might receive life, and life in abundance. And this life is to be received, not to be given by us. So actually, when you come to God, you realize that you are limited, that you are flawed, that you live in a broken world and you are broken yourself, and you come to receive another dimension of life. You recognize that God Himself put Himself in your shoes by becoming a human so that you can have access to His dimension of life. So that's what I will put across, that when you receive God in your life, when you are born again, you are actually, it's a step of humility in accepting that you are limited as a human being, and acknowledging that you need divine intervention, that you need divine empowerment in your life. And I think it's a huge step to be made in one's life that I made 2 years ago by God's grace, and I'm really thankful. But upon that, there is also surrendering your life. After receiving the life of Jesus, you surrender yours. By saying yours is saying that you don't have a life of yours anymore, right? It's saying that you don't live by you are not motivated by your own needs anymore, but God's. It's like you are now seeing life from His perspective, and you want to live it in accordance to His word, right? And and I would like also to add that God is so accessible. He is so relatable. He is I remember long ago when people used to say that God told me, or last time I heard from God telling me this. I would look at them and would be like, cut the bullshit. Like God is so big. He created you, he created everything, and you want to tell me that he is speaking to you? Out of the 8 billion people that are on this earth, you are hearing his voice. You know what his voice is like. I'm like, man, spare me please. But that was out of ignorance. Actually, God can be sought and can be found. And I invite you, if you are in a situation where you say, I'm a Christian, I go to church every Sunday, you know, religiously, and I read the Bible and everything, but you feel there is something more to life. You feel, you know God is love, you know, but you haven't experienced. You know that there is a peace that he can provide that is above everything else, but you haven't experienced it yourself. I would really, really encourage you to seek God and experience him for yourself. Because he's not that distant as you think. He is not that mystic or unrelatable as you think, but he can be accessed. That being said, I will do the second part of my video actually talking about surrender, that after receiving the life of Jesus, that there is a response that is expected from you, which is surrender.